Humans have always been fascinated by flight, and understandably, multiple coaster manufacturers have produced flying coasters. The two most prominent flying coaster manufacturers are Bolliger & Mabillard and Vekoma. Both these companies have offered the model ever since the early 2000s. In this video, I will rank the top 10 flying coasters I have personally experienced. Before starting the list, I need to note a few things. First, I have not yet visited China. There are multiple flyers over there, including a few from Bolliger & Mabillard that are particularly well received. Most notably Starry Sky Ripper at Joyland. I've heard that one is super intense. Second, I have not ridden a large chunk of the single-car flying coasters out there. Third, I will be including two defunct coasters on the list. Number 10. Zamperla Volares. I know many enthusiasts hate this model with a passion, but I actually enjoy these coasters. The key is when you climb into the cage, position your body as far forwards as possible. If you jam your shoulders against the pads, you can keep your body stiff to prevent headbanging. These coasters have compact layouts with a zippy initial drop, forceful turns, and two really cool inversions. It's pretty freaky how you'll feel your body shift downwards on the slow barrel rolls because the restraints are not as tight as the other flying coasters on this list. Number 9. Superman Ultimate Flight at Six Flags Great America and Six Flags Great Adventure. This is the most common Bolliger & Mabillard flying coaster layout. These two are placed on flat plots of land adjacent to the parking lots. I love the pretzel loop. This is the signature element on a B&M flyer. It is an inverted loop where you dive towards the ground, getting crushing positive Gs. It is one of the most intense elements of any coaster. Then there's a floaty inline twist at the end of the ride. The rest of the layout is graceful, consisting of mostly swooping turns above the queue line. Number 8. Nighthawk at Carowinds. This was the prototype Vekoma Flying Dutchman. I like a majority of the layout. The turns and valleys apply strong positive Gs, and they get even stronger in the vertical loop. It feels like the inverse of B&M's pretzel loops. However, I did not like the final two corkscrews. They were awkward and really threw you about. It was a stark contrast to the rest of the coaster that was comfortable. Number 7. Superman Ultimate Flight at Six Flags Over Georgia. This is the original Superman flying coaster, and it was designed specifically for a hilly plot of land at this theme park. So you get the same elements and forces, but the visuals in the second half are a lot more exciting. The turns hug the ground, and there's even an underground tunnel towards the end. Number 6. Firehawk at Kings Island and Batwing at Six Flags America. These were the other two Vekoma Flying Dutchmen. Most of the layout was identical with strong turns and a powerful loop, but the finale was modified to be more comfortable and dynamic. The two corkscrews were replaced by inline twists. These track far better. Then this is followed by a forceful final helix and a half flip into the brakes. Batwing is the only Flying Dutchman still remaining, but I suspect that may be operating on borrowed time, especially because that ride was already notorious for downtime. Number 5. Galactica at Alton Towers. The prototype B&M flying coaster feels quite different than the other ones. It starts with a straight drop offering some surprising floater airtime and back. Then there's a fly-to-lie. It starts as a floaty 0G roll before diving towards the ground, offering high Gs like a pretzel loop. Then you spend some time on your back unlike the other ones, which is quite disorienting. You then return to the flying position, experiencing a graceful inline twist. Then you have some fun dips and turns offering some moderate force to round out the experience. And more importantly, these hug the ground for some exciting visuals and an enhanced sense of speed. Number 4. Acrobat at Nagashima Spaland and Manta at SeaWorld Orlando. These are two very good flying coasters. There are two notable drops in the back row, a snappy swooping drop at the start, and an airtime-filled dive off the mid-course brake run. But the stars are the inversions. There's an ultra-forceful pretzel loop at the start. The other 3 inversions are super floaty. There are 2 inline twists and a large corkscrew. And the already great layout is paired with some nice visuals and landscaping. I particularly like the signature turn over the water, which is complete with synchronized fountains. Number 3. Tatsu at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is America's most intense flying coaster. This B&M is a brilliant location atop a hill. This results in some stunning sightlines. It is magical flipping that high in the air in the prone position. And the ride gets progressively more intense as it goes. The turns get sharper, and you have a 200+ foot elevation change. This ultimately leads to a supersized pretzel loop with otherworldly positive Gs. It is an out-of-body experience. Then you finish with a sweet inline twist and another forceful turn high above the entry plaza. Number 2. Flying Dinosaur at Universal Studios Japan. This is the most intense flying coaster period. The other flyers have spurts of power followed by grace, but B&M went all in on intensity with this one. You have a pretzel loop that's just as potent as ever, but right before that, there's a fly-to-lie with a crazy dive onto your back. This offers similarly strong positive Gs. Having those 2 elements back-to-back is absurd. Then the turns and helix that follow exert nice positive Gs as well. Then this is complemented by 2 slower, hang-time-filled inversions and several spots of airtime, most notably that steep first drop in the back row. And I love the sights in this one as you fly over the Jurassic Park area. And coming in at number 1 is Fly at Phantasialand. Vekoma's next-generation flying coaster is a masterclass at blending theming and thrills. The sensation of flight is unmatched by any other coaster in this list. This ride is closely integrated with Rookburg. You have countless crossovers, near misses, and exciting visuals as you weave throughout the area. Then the layout itself is great. You have 2 floaty inversions, then unlike the other flyers, you have 2 solid launches and several airtime pops that once again are elevated by the riding position. But most notably, the turns and valleys offer very strong positive Gs, particularly further back in the train. I hope more flyers are built like this in the future. This is a special ride. Those are the 10 best flying roller coasters I have ever experienced throughout the years. Hopefully more pop up, and I can one day also try the ones in China. What are your favorite flying coasters? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.